What's up with it, my YouTube family? It's your girl Felicia Brown Hudson back again with another video. Today we are going to talk about the do's and don'ts during post-op recovery, and also are going to discuss what I would have did differently, knowing now what I didn't know then, if that makes sense. This video was requested by Queen Chaka, so shout out to you. She messaged me on Instagram. She noticed I haven't been doing videos lately and really wanted some feedback on the questions that she asked. So come on, y'all, let's get started. So one important thing that I did want to mention before we go into the do's and don'ts of post-op recovery is to just talk a little bit about what I would have did differently before surgery. I think this is very important, especially coming from a person of bigger size. I decided to go ahead and pause the video. I really wanted to stop right here and let you guys see me before I made the decision to get a BBL. This is me at about 238 to 40 pounds. This is about 2 to 3 months before I actually made up my mind that I was going to get a BBL. So I did have some weight to lose, and that's what I wanted to point out, that I was a big girl and you do have to make a change before the surgery. When I started this journey, I was a total of 238 pounds. I knew that I had to lose some weight. My doctor required me to have a BMI of 33, and at the time I was about a BMI of, I don't even know what that was, but I know it was well over a BMI of 36. I had to lose some weight. I initially lost 35 pounds, getting me down to the BMI of 33 required for surgery. So with all of that being said, I think that some of the things that you do before surgery is very important as well. One of the things that I would have done differently before surgery is not rushed into a date. I was so anxious when I finally made up my mind and decided I wanted surgery. I wanted that thing like 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So when I decided I wanted surgery and I was actually able to get a date, you don't think I was going to get the first available date? Yes, ma'am. I had an idea around the time that I wanted to go. So I did pick that date. I actually got sent back. Y'all know my story. I got sent back in December. I wanted my surgery, but I got sent and I didn't have my surgery until March. So anyway, yes, I would have not rushed into my date because I would have spent more time preparing myself, my body, my mind, and everything else for this surgery. With that being said, I probably would have really lost some more weight if I knew then what I know now. Another thing that I would have done differently is I would have picked a different doctor. I love Val's. He is a sweet person. I love him to death, but I didn't necessarily get exactly what I was looking for. I am not into the business of bashing people. I feel like life is full of twists and turns. I feel like whatever happens was written in the book of life, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't verbally just complain too much about what I received from Dr. Val's. But I didn't get my hips that I wanted, and I also feel that he could have utilized more of my fat. I may be going back down there in December for my surgery with Fisher, and I might just ask them to figure out where the rest of my fat at, because he didn't put it all in my booty. But anyway, so I would have chosen probably a different doctor, but that goes along with also the fears that I had. I chose Dr. Val's primarily because he had no deaths at the time. I was afraid of surgery. This is what's held me back for 7 years, and so I chose him mainly because he had no deaths. So I chose my doctor based off of fear opposed to based off of the results that I was seeing. So that's something that I would definitely do different. I wouldn't live in fear. I would actually choose a doctor that's delivering the results that I want. So those are the two main things that I would have did differently before surgery. So now we can discuss the do's and don'ts of post-op. I believe one of the things that you should do is listen to your doctor's specific post-op recovery instructions. We've all researched, we've all watched videos day and night about BBL and about what this girl went through with that girl, what her journey was like and her story. But at the end of the day, everybody's different. Your doctor specifically knows what instructions are best for his work and for what he's doing during surgery. So that is my number one suggestion. I would do that. I would listen to your specific doctor's post-op instructions. Another thing that I would do is, yes, while you're getting your surgery, whatever your doctor recommends as far as a faja is concerned, I would wear that. But when you kind of go home and after you've done your recovery in the location that you're going to get surgery and you're back on your own, I would do some research, and I would definitely do your research on these fajas. I believe that the proper compression and receiving the proper garment has a lot to do with your shape that you will be having later. So I would definitely do that. I would look more into my post-op garments. Another thing that I would definitely do is realize that I'm gonna need some knee pads and some elbow pads. And I know everybody thinks this is so funny when I say this. They was telling me I was crazy in one of my videos, but y'all, my knees and my elbows were so crusty and dry, and lotion and oil, nothing I put on them was moisturizing them. So I definitely would take a lot of care with your elbows and your knees. I'm talking about cocoa butter, knee pads, whatever you got to do to protect them, because majority of the time you will be using your elbows and your knees because you're not able to sit on your rear end. So keep that in mind. I guess I'll go into a few of the things that I think are don'ts during your post-op recovery. Obviously, do not sit down. Don't do it. Don't do it. You want your cells to live. So whatever your doctor suggests as far as staying off of your rear end, don't do it. Don't sit down. So that is a don't. Don't sit down. Another don't is don't come up out that garment, girl. Do not come up out that garment. You stay in that garment 23 hours out the day. You hear me? Every day, put it on for at least 3 months. Stay in it, because this has a lot to do with how you gonna come out looking later, okay? I did not stay in my garment. I stayed in it approximately 6 weeks, and I wish I would have stayed in it longer. I think I would have got a better result. So stay in your garment. Another thing that I would definitely say don't do, don't take all your frustration out on your spouse or your friend or your sister or whoever is helping you. Don't. Okay? Don't be having an attitude with them. They are not the ones decided they want to go get a big old booty and call themselves Judy, okay? That wasn't them. So don't be taking it out on them. They are there to support you. And you got to keep in mind that a lot of times during this journey, your significant other or whoever is around you already had to put up with yourself during this whole thing before you got it, talking about how you can't wait to get it, looking at you all night, watching videos on your computer. You ain't spending time with your family because all you're thinking about is booty. So they've already been through a lot. So whatever you do, don't take out any of your frustrations on them during your recovery, during the recovery process. Let's see what else. Don't do it. Don't beat her ass for hating on you when you get back to your town. Don't do it. Okay, don't. Don't pay attention to what these people gonna say about you. Don't be bothered by the looks you gonna get. And don't worry about what nobody got to say. Don't do it. Okay, because it'll drive you crazy. I had to learn the hard way, y'all. So listen to me. Don't. Okay. Yeah. So I guess those are some of my do's and don'ts. If I had to do this whole thing over, what would I do differently? One, I would have lost some more weight before I went and had surgery. Meaning wouldn't have rushed into going to get it. I was just too excited. Number two, I would have chose probably a different doctor based on results and not based on fear, no deaths. Three, I would have worn my compression garment longer. And four, I would have maintained a proper diet after getting back so I didn't go back to looking halfway like I did before I left. So that is what I have to say about that. I know this is not a long video. Like I said, I am actually driving home from school. Queen Chaka requested this, and you know, on my own time, I say I want to make these videos and I talk about all the things that I want to do, and I just don't get around to doing them because I have a desire to be the best at whatever I'm doing. I don't want to just throw out any kind of video, just low quality videos, and I'm trying to up my game on that. So you guys forgive me for not being around. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions about my BBL journey or anything else, just feel free to you know, hit me up. Y'all know I respond to all my comments. If I haven't, that was in the beginning, but these days, now that I got my little thing that helps me make sure I get to all my comments, I try to respond to all of y'all. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of these upcoming videos. I appreciate you guys all, and be sure to stay tuned because I have a lot of surprises coming up. A lot of surprises coming up for y'all. I love you guys. God bless y'all, and have a